Hit it, John.
Welcome, gamers, to the Couch Co-op Podcast. Today, we're embarking on a journey through this day in gaming history to uncover some nostalgic treasures. Get ready to join Dr.Demo and Buy, Try, Die, where we dissect games, the ultimate gaming autopsy. Next up, we'll share our gaming adventures and triumphs and what you've been playing. Then it's time for our ultimate co-optional picks and couch co-optionals to enhance your gaming sessions. Lastly, test your gaming knowledge with a round of trivia and see if you can claim the title of Trivia Champion. Thanks for joining us on this gaming adventure. Let's dive into the world of gaming history, analysis, camaraderie, and competition. The Couch Co-op Podcast starts now.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags.
Did you mean let's Dave, not let's dive?
Couch Co-op.
Let's dive into this.
I thought JPK was gonna say something like that.
I did.
Couch Co-op.
All goes to shit when Jared's coming in.
Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Co-dependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I got Dave and John with me tonight. Just a threesome. The menage a trois.
Yeah. A free pack.
The menage a
Build
trois.
that Eiffel Tower, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
on which one of you am I building this Eiffel Tower?
There's no way that gets any better, so I'm keeping my mouth shut.
You know what's funny about this? I was thinking earlier today as I was playing video games, because I was messaging with the band. There's a lot of band stuff going on. Anyway,
Yep.
I was like, it'd be awesome if us, the Couch Co-op, did had Monty do band photos, group band photos of us. And then I started thinking I'd probably be the lead singer, and Dave would be the lead guitarist, and Jared would be the drummer, and then everything starts downhill from there. Because clearly Aaron's the bassist.
Are we one of those bands that just has a dancer, like rave dancer?
Well, here's what I thought. And then I'd probably let John be the keyboardist. But then, yes, is Nick the dancer or the sexy saxophonist? I'm trying to
Or the tambourine man.
I feel like our band should have a saxophone in it.
Yeah, then the Nick's a saxophonist.
Maybe a flute,
A
violin.
flute. Or a lute.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Anyway, I just thought, I was just thinking about all this. But it's just we'd have all these cool, edgy band photos for this little weird, pokey video game show. I thought that was kind of funny. That's what I was thinking. That's that's where my brain goes sometimes when I'm just sitting there, kind of playing video games.
Makes a change from titties and beer, doesn't it?
I'm not always titties and beer. Not always.
Just most of the time.
Yeah, just most of the time. Jared might show up. He may not. Aaron might show up. He may not. I thought we could probably bet who puts their kid to bed the fastest. I'm gonna go with Jared. I'm gonna say Jared. If Jared can get it done, he's gonna be on. So I'm gonna go with Jared. But it's up to you guys if you guys want to.
We'll see if we get it done.
Yeah, we'll see if we get it
Before
done.
then.
So let's see. Yeah. Jared did send me some this day in gaming history, but it sounds like Dave took care of it. So Dave, take it away.
I've got a couple. So one that Paper Mario for the N64 was released in the US 2001.
Oh wow.
For all those Mario fans, and Sega released Sonic Advance, the Game Boy Advance, in 2002. So remember, those were the big systems back then. I mean, the PlayStation 2 had been out for a little while, but not too much. And then another two that took my eye. Obviously, XCOM 2 came out on the Linux, Mac, and PC, and that was 8 years ago in 2016.
Close to your heart.
Yeah, and then this one's probably close to Ian's heart. Apex Legends, released 5 years ago.
Oh wow.
On PC, PlayStation.
It's just been 5 years?
Yeah,
That's
I swear that
crazy.
game's that game's been around forever,
It
but
feels like it
apparently,
came out in 2016.
I feel like it's funny because we like think of like oh, the PlayStation 5 has just been out for this many years, but like, things happen. Yeah, because
yeah,
like that was pre-COVID, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
pre-COVID, and then there was a bunch of other stuff, but not the only other thing that caught my eye was Apple Computer bought Next, finished
Oh,
buying Next in
you
1997,
mean
and
Apple Computer
yeah,
rethroned Steve Jobs?
which brought us OS X a few years later, and kind of was responsible for the turnaround at Apple.
Man, I wish I had bought in stock back then. Like even just before, even when he was already back, if I had bought in when that stock was super low, man. Oh, I was in art school at the time. I had all this disposable income. I should have invested and not just drank all my money
Yeah.
away. What a fucking
Yeah. Well, you probably wouldn't. You might not have bought Apple. You might have bought some other stock that didn't do as well. Because I'm sure Sony stock's not quite
No, but I think
as bad.
well, no, but
Not quite as
when I
good.
was working at the comic shop, the guy, one of the kids, guys, there's like he was buying Amazon stock. And he was like trying to tell me about it and tell me to get into it, and I was like, nah, I can't. But even buying Amazon stock back then would have been fucking crazy because that's back in the day when they were still fucking had tables made out of doors and shit.
Where they coulda, shoulda. I
What
mean,
exactly?
it's like Bitcoin. I remember someone telling me I should buy some Bitcoin when it was like $6,000 or $7,000 a coin, and I'm like, damn, that's as high as it's gonna
But
go.
that's a
And
con.
it is.
Amazon and Apple was for real.
They were for real, but there were also lots of other hot companies at those
That's true.
times that basically you put your money into them and they go to zero. So it's very easy to say.
I mean,
Say,
Amazon was
you know,
literally just a book company back then. Like it
yeah,
wasn't.
there was no. I mean, yeah, it was doing pretty well, but there was no indication it was going to end up being what it came to be. So
All right. Well, we'll take it away from Dave and then go right back to Dave. Dave, did you play a demo this week?
I did. I've preloaded a couple of demos
Holy
onto my
shit!
PlayStation
3 weeks in a row, man.
5. So I'm good for I've got next week's.
We
demo
don't know
in
this
the queue,
consistency,
but
man. We are not prepared for this consistency in a segment.
Someone does the homework and actually is like, I actually
Anyway.
really enjoyed the segment because I'll get onto it later. But this week I downloaded a game called Backbeat, and I didn't know what to expect of it, and it's not. So I don't know how to describe it.
Are you doing all these demos on the PlayStation, or do you kind of like do different?
So far on the PlayStation, there's been plenty of stuff that's like
It's a lot of stuff on there. It's just
I look. Yeah,
random.
there's over 100 PlayStation 5 demos that are PlayStation 5 only, and then
Damn.
if you broaden it out to PlayStation 4, it's 400 or 500 demos for games. There's a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong, but so this Backbeat game, it's you're a bunch of kids in the 90s putting together a band, and it's kind of Japanese RPG style, like the words and stuff, and they have a funk band, and they're kind of moving all the time like this, like going back, bobbing back and forth, and bassist, drummer, etc., etc. But essentially, the meat of the game is it's a puzzle game. So like one character can move 6 steps, and if he hits anything, he'll stop, and then he can move 6 steps in any other direction. And the aim of the game, it's really simple, is to get the members of the band from like where they start to an assigned set of squares, and then they do the thing and play some music, and then it's the next puzzle and it's all about the order in which you do it, and there's like people you can't move past, and it reminds me of a game I've played years ago that I can't seem to remember the name of. It would make a very good mobile game, to be quite honest, because it's lots of quick levels, and
So is it a buy, try, or die?
I wouldn't buy it. I could see Jared quite enjoying it because it's a bit of a puzzle game. I wouldn't say it die. It's just not for me, and I'm not. it might be closer to die just because it doesn't really know what it wants to be. It's trying to be it's trying to be kind of an RPG, get the band together, music-y type game, but
It sounds like a chess game.
yeah, it's almost secondary to the puzzle aspect. It is very reminiscent of chess. You know, you've got the character that can only go 2 squares north-south, and then you've got the character that can do, and then you know you got to do it all in the right order so they don't block each other's way and stuff. It was a pretty, if it sounds interesting to you, it was a pretty decent demo. You know, it had the first couple of levels on it, and
So it's a try.
Definitely a try.
yeah, definitely a try. I don't think it was the worst game. It's just not something that helped.
Graphically, I mean, what's it? It's pretty simple, or
Better than the racing game, the off-road racing game.
It actually reminds me of something that I forgot to mention on this today. The Sims was released on PC in 2000. It's got that kind of graphical style, or it reminds me, except more like on a chess, you know.
But it all makes sense, like gameplay wise. It's not like you're like pulling your hair out trying to figure out how to fucking play the game or anything. Or
no. I mean, it does a very good job of like because as you get it starts with just you at a concert, and then like as you get the band together, you've got more pieces, and the band members act in different ways, like the movement and stuff, and it introduces like more and more mechanics, at least through the first couple of puzzles. So it does a very good job of kind of easing you into how the game mechanic works.
Did you play the whole demo, or did you just kind of like, that's enough, I'm good?
I got to the end of the demo. It was, but you know, I must admit,
you got to the end of the demo.
I thought about giving up because it was by the last one, I was just like, yeah, it's just not my kind of game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty decent. It was. I don't know. I wouldn't pay $25 for the game, but I could see how some people would like that game.
Cool.
It's just not for me. So
thank you, Dave. Actually, you mentioned it just briefly, but like, kind of explain why you like doing this segment.
I like, to be quite honest, I'm kind of a bit tired of 40, 50-hour games, and I like the little tasters of some of these games. And to be quite honest, the first one I picked was a doozy, and it's like I'm really enjoying that game. So
cool.
Take us into the next segment, anyway.
Awesome. All right, yeah, let's mosey on into the meat of the episode, and we'll do a little what you been playing. Before we really get into that, we'll resurrect the beat list a little bit. Did anyone beat anything this week?
Not yet.
No, I did beat something finally. I did finally beat Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, wow.
Man, how many hours did you
ultimately 100. Okay, this is fun. This is a fun fact. So I got like 133 hours into it, but my save file is around 93. So there's 30 hours of save scum in there where I played and then redid, played,
the dice didn't roll for you.
So like the save file only moves hours progressively. It doesn't. So
would you say you only went back like maybe 30 minutes tops?
No, I there were times where I lost like 2 hours.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
man.
Because I was like, this choice is fucking me. I hate this choice. I was so unhappy. I was trying. It's like, no, this really fucking pisses me off. And so I reloaded so when I finished Act 2 the first time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. No, I cannot fucking do this. I have to go back quite a far way. I was just like, but that didn't, I got like like a third of the way through Act 3, and then I took a big break from the game, and that's when I played like Diablo 4 and all kinds of stuff.
Played any of the other Baldur's Gate games?
Never.
Oh, I was going to ask how it compares, because I've played the others and I really enjoy them.
No, never played any of them. I'm not really a turn-based guy. Also, well, I say that now, but there's certain games I do actually really like. I did buy the first Divinity Original Sin, and I started to play that, and I kind of enjoyed it. It was really hard though, so I stopped playing it. But because they're the same company that made this new Baldur's Gate game.
Yeah.
And so I've thought about re-downloading that and continuing on with that game. Yeah, no, I just after Diablo 4, I was like, man, I should really go back and finish Baldur's Gate 3. So I got reinvested in it. There was a part of me that was a little afraid because I was like, oh my god, there's so many systems in this game, but it comes back to you pretty quickly, and just the story and the characters are so good, and I just had a great time. And but yeah, I kind of laughed at 30 hours of save scumming.
30 hours of
That's a whole game you could have played.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly, but awesome. I think I got a pretty good ending. There's a lot of endings in the game, but I think I got the ending that I was most cool with. I felt the best about. I didn't really game that much. Actually, oddly enough, I actually did a pretty good job on my ending. It was more dude, it'd be more like there were some other battles I had, and then that battle takes like a half hour or something, 45 minutes, and then one of my characters goes from knocked out to dead, and I'm like, no, we're not losing this character.
Yeah, no, need this character.
Rewind. It's like, fuck that.
Reroll.
It has nothing to, it's just like, I'm not losing this character, Anyway, there's just some of that shit. Anyway, so, but really enjoyed the game. Really well made. I highly recommend it. Even if it's not a game that's kind of your thing, I still think it's like, for the amount of choice that's in the game, it's unparalleled.
It's on my list to buy. Because I really enjoyed, like I say, I really enjoyed Baldur's Gate 2.
And I'm gonna give it some time, but I would really like to go back and play a different character, re-roll it, roll a different character up and do it all over again, because I'm sure there would be just things that, you can actually play a completely asshole character, and you can have you can romance some of the bosses and have them in your party. You can, there's some shit that I just never saw, that if I don't know if I could play a complete asshole in a game, but if I could, there's some parts of the game I've never seen. So all that stuff's very interesting to me, and maybe I'd like to reapproach it someday.
Is it hard to resurrect? I saw that in the game you can resurrect characters, but is it really hard to resurrect them?
Some characters you can resurrect, yes. So like Gale, way early on I lost Gale, but you can resurrect him. I'm not sure how hard it is to just straight up resurrect a character. I never tried.
Even with your 30 hours of saves coming.
Well, some of that saves coming is, I never even considered I think you can just go, honestly, now that I think about it, you can just go back to Weathers and probably buy them. Yes. It probably just gets more and more expensive. But I guess I'm so stubborn that I want to beat and not journey back, and I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's the same save scumming reason. Yeah.
We're going to do this.
You're
Fuck
just
you.
no, I'm going to do this right.
And, generally, ultimately, yeah. It's just I just didn't make the right choices in my battle sequencing, It's like I had to reconfigure how I should do that stuff. And then, because, that's the learning. Anyway, it's a cool game. It's really cool. It's sexy. You can be naughty. You guys know. You've seen that. You can have sex with a fucking bear. So there's a lot of cool shit you can do in the game. Have fun. If you think you can do it, you can probably do it. Anyway. All right.
Nice.
So that's the one game I beat. But let's go to what you've been playing. Let's kick it off. John hasn't been doing a lot of talking. Let's let John talk. What have you been playing, John?
Yeah.
Well,
Skin flute?
I kind of got fucked in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I was collecting all the cards, and then I picked up a card I needed, and then the game, for whatever reason, didn't count it in my collection. So now the only way I could get that card is I just have to. So they have a thing called platinum cigarettes. So when you pick up platinum cigarettes, you get a cigarette card. So pretty much I'm going to have to go to just randomly, I'm going to have to get it. So that kind of just stopped me from playing the game. So then I moved to Mass Effect because on the PlayStation had a sale where you could get the Mass Effect trilogy for like $5 or something like that.
Oh, you never got it for free?
No, because it was. I think it was like by the
Before,
time I got my PlayStation 5 or
way before that.
well,
Yeah.
I was playing my Xbox S for a while. So I think around the time I was playing the Xbox S, it because I remember you guys saying it was a free game on the PlayStation if you had PlayStation Plus or
Yeah.
whatever. And then but I didn't pick it up then. So I bought it when it was on a deep discount, luckily. So I only spent like less than $10 on the whole
Yeah, I think it's only
trilogy.
$15 new on disc. Like,
Oh,
you can pick it
really?
up. Yeah, it's not much. I've seen it a
That's
few places.
crazy.
It's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out
Oh,
for a
wow.
while. I think it's pretty cheap on Amazon. It's not an expensive game.
So then I started playing Mass Effect 1. So I'm just going to run through the whole trilogy. I know you and Dave recently, and I listened to your guys' final Mass Effect 3 episode, which is great. And
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
playing it again, they did make some changes, I've noticed. I will say I do kind of like the Mako because it's
So,
jank.
it's just Jake.
It's but it's like jank in a good way sometimes. But
It does
then it
remind you of
does,
playing the PlayStation 2 game, doesn't it?
I always felt
yeah.
like literally getting out of the Mako and killing them was easier than actually killing them from the Mako sometimes.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just felt
Yeah,
like
So
I agree with you.
the
Sometimes you just
Mako
like,
the
yeah, get
Mako
out.
does get annoying to play long term. Once you start, because right now I'm just exploring the planets and doing side missions, and the planets do kind of suck after a while because it's really like they just did the hilly terrain. They did the same terrain for all the planets, and then they just put a different like color palette on it. So some
Yep.
planets are like lava, some planets are ice, some planets are grass. And they pretty much just but they all have the same hilly terrain, and it does get annoying to use it on the Mako because the Mako. There was one time I went against a Thresher Maw and my Mako flipped over, and I just loaded the game because I wasn't gonna be able to flip over in time. I would just die because my Mako, the physics of the game wouldn't let my Mako flip over again. So the Mako is pretty jank. Sometimes I do enjoy it. Sometimes I really see why people hate it. Um,
I think
and
they actually
also,
improved it as well in
I
the
think
remake.
I don't know.
I
I never
remember it
played the
being
original.
worse.
I never played the
Really?
original, so I don't.
I don't remember it be. I mean, I feel like they pretty much have left it kind of untouched, in my opinion. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if they so-called improved it. I didn't realize. I don't
Yep.
remember this being the original game, but they have forward thrusters. So they have the thrusters that lift the Mako, which that was in the original game. But I don't know it was in the original game, but they do have a little boost now in the Redux version. So if you're going up a steep hill, you can use the boost to kind of get you a little bit over, which I didn't know that was there, but I don't know if that's something they've added in this Redux version or if it's something that was in the original game.
John, did you
So
play the Mass Effect Andromeda?
No, I haven't played it yet.
Okay, I was just curious.
how far are you into Mass Effect 1?
I have Tali, and then I just got done with Pharaohs. So I have Novemire or whatever, and then and then it's the next planet where you fight the matriarch. So I have two more planets to go, and then I get
You
to.
gonna kill her?
I think I think she asks for. I think every time I played it, I just like mercy kill her because I think she pretty much asks for death every time.
I'll let her live. We're talking about the big bug, right?
Oh, the big
The
bug. I thought you were
Rachni
talking
Oh,
about
Queen.
the
the matriarch.
Arachnite. What is the matriarch? What is? Oh, is that
Is
the?
the Asari.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Asari.
this
Yeah. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah, I usually let the Rachni live. And I remember you guys say if you let the Rachni live, it comes back in Mass Effect 3 to help you out. So I'll
Yeah.
but in the past I've let the Rachni live.
You should
And
kill
then
him. Kill them all, John.
Yeah, kill them all, John.
and then
Psycho
the
killer.
character
Qu'est-ce que
they did a
c'est?
great job like updating the graphics in the first one. Like uh some of the visualizations are better, like the ships and uh, I guess kind of like I remember who directed the first Star Trek movie that came out in 2009. That was
That's Abrams.
Yeah.
Abrams.
It's
So I
not the
remember
first Star Trek movie.
I know, yeah,
Whippersnapper.
I meant in like the new
He's talking about
revamp.
the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah,
But I remember
the crap ones.
when the first
I
Mass
like those
Effect came
movies.
out in for Xbox and PlayStation 3. I remember they were like really into like solar flares, like an Abrams style movie. It just seemed like the they were that's what made it more sci-fi, I guess. So I think they did a great job of upgrading the visuals, so it seems more impressive. Uh, the character, but the character creation is really kind of stunted. Like I recreated my character twice because I went with the biotic assault guy, so it was the shotgun, biotics, and pistol. But then I realized the shotgun is sucks. And so then I went to the infiltrator where I was using the
I think I was Sentinel all the way through.
I think I was the soldier as that class. So.
yeah, this so I'm going as the guy who has what's your tech tool called? Omni tool.
Oh, your Omni
Yeah.
tool, yeah.
So I'm doing the Omni tool, and then his specialization is sniper rifle and pistol.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
the cool.
sniper
That's the
rifle,
that's the interesting thing about the first game is like not everyone has an Omni tool in the first
Yeah.
game.
you mean
So-
in terms of characters or
Yeah,
terms
like
of
like
Yeah.
like if I like the character I picked, so
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
have an Omni tool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I didn't get that until the
Okay.
second game where then everyone had an Omni tool. But
So John, femshep or male shep?
No, I'm male. I tried to.
He's he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, I figured you
homosexual at
was,
heart.
but-
You know.
Like,
I
watching
I
those
try to
tight
build
buns.
characters as an image of me, as a extension of me.
No.
So the female stuff doesn't appeal to me as much.
So when
'cause
you're
it's-
romancing all the guys and gals, you getting them.
I actually don't really want to romance anyone in
Oh,
this
that's the best
playthrough.
part.
Tolly, I
Yeah.
don't find very interesting. Ashley's just like
How racist?
far-
how racist
some
is the
far-right
space? How
activist.
racist is the space racist?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I forgot she was into Jesus, and I was like, "Damn, dude, this game kind of called it from
Oh yeah,
like
it's
the
hardcore.
early
Yeah.
from 2009. It kind of called what Republicans would become today, like
Republicans
space
in
racist.
space.
It is interesting it is interesting in terms of the game. I don't remember it being like this, but a lot of the humans really distrust aliens because there's that
Yep.
one part in the game where you come back to the Citadel and then the admiral wants to inspect your ship and he's like, "Oh, you got all these fucking aliens running around. What are you doing?" And then if you
Yep.
have a higher enough persuasive, whether you're a renegade or a paragon, you can convince them like, no, it's better this way because it makes it because we're all in this together. But it is interesting in the game how they kind of comment like, "Oh, you got these fucking non-white people running around. What are you doing? What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
And it's like, no, we need these people
Yeah.
to strive to be better.
Trying to teach us lessons in video games.
Um,
Don't you know? Anyway.
And then they did change. I did notice they changed the trophy structure. So I remember the original Mass Effect. You pretty much had to pick two companions and then roll with them for the majority of the game, and then it would pop the trophy or the achievement for you took the Turian, the Krogan for majority of the game
Yeah.
with you. You took them on 5 missions, and the missions were the story missions, not the side stuff. But this time around, it doesn't matter. They've revamped it, so it doesn't matter if it's a side mission or a main mission. You get the
Yeah.
achievement after you've been
They
with
revamped
them.
a lot of them because
Yeah.
then you have like each game has their own trophies and then they have the collection has its own trophies.
Yeah,
Are
because I
you going
remember
for platinum? Is that what's going on here?
I'm trying to just to max out the. I don't know about the platinum, but I'm trying to max. Once I saw how they revamped, because I just did it accidentally. I think I took
Yeah.
Caden and Ashley out, and then all of a sudden they popped. And I was like, "Oh shit!" So they revamped it.
They got it off. They were feeling it.
Because I remember reading
You popped them off.
trophy guides when the original game came out, saying like, "Yeah, you're probably gonna have to play this game 3 times to get everyone." I was just like, "Fuck, that sucks." And the combat's still kind of clunky. It's not as bad as I
Yes.
remembered. The shooting mechanics aren't that bad for this being.
It holds
the-
up. It's not like it's like unplayable.
No,
It was never the best shooting mechanic to begin with, so it's like it holds up reasonably well.
And it gets tighter
Yeah.
through the trilogy. But
Yeah.
it's it's not. It is a shooter, but it's not really known for its shooting.
no,
Yeah.
no. But I think and it's also kind of crazy to. Granted, they did do a copy paste for the planets you go to. Aside from the story mission planets you go to, the side mission planets are all copy and paste. But it does remind me of they kind of did the what do you call it when you randomize the planet structure? What No Man's Sky did.
Procedurally generate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like procedurally generated, but I know they actually kind of went through and
Well, yeah, but
designed them
right,
by
they
hand.
design it, but then they also like, well, we already have these assets. We don't have to take up more space. If we load this asset and just then alter the skin around it a little bit, the color, it's not going to take up as much space.
Yeah.
Because on the DVD they were, fighting with that limited space.
Yeah.
But so far it's no, I'm having fun. I mean,
yeah, Dave and I really enjoyed our
I really enjoyed
playthrough. It was super cool, and I had never played the original, the first one, because it was only on Xbox. So
that's right.
you'll see it too. I think at the end, it's just kind of funny how the game just kind of end. But you kind of get the feeling that the game is like this, like just kind not like cheap, but like it's like
On a budget.
we're on a budget and we're kind of working outside of and we're just trying to keep
Comfort
the
zone.
whole machine together. We're just trying to keep it
coherent.
yeah, we're just
And I messed up on the names. Tali is the Quarian.
Right.
I meant the Asari.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what's her name? Liara.
Liara. I wish you could. I mean, if I could romance Tali, then I would romance Tali.
That's so
But
brutal. I romanced Liara.
Liara and Ashley, I'm just not interested in. So I probably won't end up romancing them.
Well, I would romance her. I don't think you can romance Tali, can you?
No, not in the first one.
Not
I
in the
think you
first one. I think
can
you can in the latest,
eventually.
So I romanced Liara, but then she instantly is no longer romanceable in the other two games. So like I could just fuck around, even though she was into me and we were like girlfriends. I could fuck around. So she's the best choice. Tali, I killed. So oh well. Cool. All right. Oh, I just had this just really quick. I asked you about Andromeda. After you get through this trilogy, John, if everyone is up for it, I would be willing to then replay that game if we wanted to do the Andromeda episode. But that's up to you. That's up to you guys. I know John's gonna play a lot of Mass Effect, and so maybe he's gonna want to take a break. But
Yeah.
I'd be down to play that again and then talk about it as an episode. So just keep that in the back somewhere. All right, Dave, what have you been playing?
What I always play, Rocket League. I've got all the trophies so far in this
Any
season.
holes a goal, baby?
I'm waiting for the next drop, which I think is Valentine's Day. So no dates for my wife. I'll be there Rocket Leaguing.
Did you see Chaser's picture where it was like 11
but that's
to
that's
0
not a
or
ranked.
something
That
like
wasn't
that?
a ranked game because there's
That was still crazy though. I'm like,
yeah.
damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing casual a bit more recently rather than ranked because I got tired of people on ranked just leaving when the 1-0 down or like 2-0 down. You're in
So
like
if you
two on
leave, it
two.
doesn't affect your ranking?
I believe it does.
It does, and you can't matchmake, but still, people still do it. I get people. You'll be like 2.5 minutes in, and the other team will score one goal, and then they'll just be like, "Vote to forfeit." And if you don't vote to forfeit, they quit anyway. Like, and you end up with like 2 against 1, and it's just no.
Right.
It's not that much fun.
But
But
yeah, because in ranked they don't allow AIs. That's how you knew that
yeah,
Chasers
whereas casual, it's
was
like
casual.
as long as the scores are about right, and you've got more than about 2.5, 3 minutes left. If it's as long as it's like within one goal either side, it'll replace that AI with another player quite often.
I am curious
So
about how much longer that. I mean, the game has good numbers, but like it's kind of like you have like kids
yeah,
or like some people that are serious about it, and then other people that are just kind of like dicks and like they'll do the
yeah, I know what you mean.
bailout.
It's just yeah, there is something about it's got to be getting close to the end of its life because people move on and play other games, and which would be sad because I really enjoy that game. But what I have really, really been playing this week is Destroy All Humans.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
I'm really enjoying that game.
I've seen you on it a lot.
I love the voice acting. It's great. I love like popping people's brains out and the anal probing them and then blowing them up and just flying. So I've done all the main story missions. I need to go back and do a couple to get the bonus bits that you've got to do. Like, some of them are like you've got to destroy 5 soldiers by throwing boulders at them and that kind of stuff.
So
So
you are close to finishing it then.
yeah, but I haven't been able to. So the last level, you fight this big robot president, and then you fight this little minion. And I finally got past the robot to the minion, but my ground weapons just aren't varied and strong enough to. It takes forever to get the energy bar to go down, and then it's like when it does finally go down, because they have like 3 lives, and you go through 3 times, and I just can't seem to drain the energy of that second life very, very quickly, and I die. So I went back instead, and I've been playing the free roam mode a bit because you can just go free roam, and you can just sit there and pop people's brains out, and that gets you the money in the game to upgrade your weapons. And you need to upgrade your character anyway to do some of the challenges because each level has like 4 challenges. One is just total destruction. You fly around in your saucer and destroy the town. Um, and I've got 3 stars on all of those. There's another one where you're on foot and you kill people. You kill the humans, and that one's fun. I've not quite finished all of those. There's another one that's a race where I don't like that one particularly, but you basically follow this little robot and collect. It drops glowy bits, and you've got to get them all in a certain amount of time. And then the last one is so there's a abduction. Oh no, abduction. That's the last one. Where there's this like beam and you've got to throw stuff into it, like soldiers or whatever it's asking you to collect. And that one just seems really tough. Probably gonna have to cheat and look how you do it because I've tried and I can get maybe 1 star and I just can't seem to it says throw big things in, so you throw big things in and it's like it doesn't seem to go up that much compared to like some of the other trophies you can get. So but it's a really fun game. I love the voice acting, and I just like it. It's a very simple game. I mean, I was probably close to beating it about 8 hours in, 10 hours in. I'm about 15 hours in now because I think I'm going to try and platinum it because
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it, and
Nothing
also
wrong with that.
I haven't got anything else on deck right now, so I might go out and buy the sequel, Destroy All Humans 2,
Take a
eventually.
breather.
So
You should take a breather. You might OD on the same type of gameplay. You don't want to.
yeah, yeah, I know but that's one that I'll keep an eye out for
Right,
on
right,
sale and
right.
probably pick it up when it goes, when it's a good deal.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So
Destroy
that's
all
definitely
humans.
not just a buy, but something I've really enjoyed.
The game oddly after about Baldur's Gate 3, I've just been kind of playing this kind of I've been playing Gotham Knights, the not very well
Oh wow.
received co-op brawler open world not Batman game. By It's not by Rocksteady. It's by WB Montreal, I think. The guys that they did Arkham Origins, I believe. Anyway, it wasn't well received. It's not a game as a service, thankfully. It's just
Yeah.
a game. And it isn't as good as those Batman games. It is kind of designed to be a co-op because it kind of has these areas that are just kind of large kill boxes where you just kind of sit around and brawl a bunch of enemies. But there's 4 different characters. It's kind of comic book nerdy. It feels kind of like an old school style of kind of PS3,
Yeah.
Xbox 360 generation type game. It looks pretty good.
Mechanics are relatively simple,
They're
is what you're saying,
simple
and
and
the
they're fine.
upgrades
The
are
upgrade pad. Yeah,
fairly
it's all.
yeah.
It's not like nothing's blowing you away, but I find it fun and like a good game to kind of come down off of after I've just played this massive. It's just kind of a simple game. I'm enjoying it. I would say it's a
I
solid.
think that's the same thing I'm enjoying with Destroy All Humans. Yeah.
It's a simple. It's like a 7.5 game. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with playing these types of games. I don't know why it got shit on so hard when it launched. But maybe it's
Maybe it's because it was $60.
maybe but I enjoy it. I'm having fun with it. I bought it for like $13.99 or something like that. So, I definitely feel good with that price point and playing it, and I'm having fun with it. I'll probably beat it in a couple days and I'll move on. But I'm enjoying it. And that's kind of what I've been playing because after you play something like Baldur's Gate, it's just like a lot of game. It's nice to not play a game that has so much game. It's like I just want to mash some buttons and tell me a story.
Yeah, tell me a bit, like silly little story, and have me mash some buttons and in the right order. And
it has a cool
sometimes
photo
that's nice.
mode. I love games that have photo modes. It has a really cool photo mode that I'm cool. I enjoy like getting my.
Can you wear
character.
heels and a bikini in this game?
Not exactly, but skin tight bat. I play as Batgirl solely.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
play as the other 3 characters. I only play as Batgirl because, but you can do some cool photography. I think.
Is that who you're dressing up as next year for
No,
Portland Retro Game?
I don't think so. But actually, I'll probably do my cosplay that I'm gonna do at USEF's for the next retro. Anyway.
I'm guessing you're keeping it secret.
It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple costume. That's why I'm going to do it. Anyway, but yeah, so Gotham Knights, if you get it cheap, it's not a bad game. I think it's fun. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. I've really not been playing anything else. Before we wrap this segment up, though, I had this kind of other thought about what you've been playing, and like I was kind of curious. And maybe you guys don't have answers. I think Dave kind of said he didn't really have an answer. John's in the middle of a game, so he probably doesn't really have an answer. But I was just kind of curious. I do have an answer, even though I'm in the middle of a game. But what's a game that you have on deck, or that you're looking to play, like directly after these games you're playing? Maybe. Do you think?
Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2. So John's going to go straight into Mass Effect 2. Not even take a breather. You're just going to go straight for it.
No, I'm looking because I remember playing Mass Effect 2. So playing Mass Effect 1 and how clunky the combat is. I'm looking forward to going to Mass Effect 2 and just seeing how more streamlined the combat is.
I think the best thing is like carrying all that info over and like carrying your story over. I think that's the best.
And I'm interested. I will carry my Shep over as well. So
you can
that
you can still redesign him. You can kind
Yeah.
of fix them, but the story content, yeah.
No, I thought that was the cool thing with your guys' journey is that you were in a position to carry everything over, and it's just rare
Right.
that any game series does that.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about it, almost. Yeah. All right, Mass Effect 2. Dave, do you have any idea, aside from maybe Destroy All Humans 2?
Usually I would be, I'd be looking at the PlayStation Plus monthly games, and there'd be something in my backlog there. But
GTA 5.
I played Requiem. I beat Requiem Plague Tale or whatever the sequel was called, and I enjoyed that. Probably, maybe Baldur's Gate. I don't know.
Oh wow.
That's the game that's on my radar as something that I want to play. It might not be the next game, but it's
Definitely
kind of on my
on
list
deck.
to play
Right.
this year. Yeah, kind of thing.
And they have console versions for Baldur's Gate out now.
Yeah, I played on PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It came out. It was digital only. There is
It was a
a
kind of a
physical. There's a
yeah.
physical copy available, and they do them in batches. The first batch actually sold out and went out, and they're doing a second batch. It's like
Oh,
$80,
wow.
and it comes with everything on the disc and stuff. So
It was kind of scandalous because the Xbox version was supposed to come out, but because they couldn't get it to work, they couldn't get the co-op part of Baldur's Gate 3 to work on the Xbox Series S. They had to delay the game. And then when they delayed the game, they still just couldn't get it to work. And so Microsoft made the exception because originally every game has to run on Xbox Series X and Series S in order to be released. But because everyone's playing this awesome game of the year, blah, 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 Microsoft bent over and said, okay, we'll let Baldur's Gate release without an Xbox Series S version. And then it finally released. But then at the same time, Larian's like, but we're not gonna put our fucking game on your goddamn Game Pass because we value our game way more than you guys value it. And you think like, well, that's kind of, but like you look at like Starfield. I think Starfield got shafted. I think Bethesda could have made a shit ton more money if it wasn't on Game Pass.
I feel like that's a game that would have sold the doors off the place because everyone was hyped for it and it got good reviews and stuff. It's like,
yeah, it's just kind of a gnarly. I don't know, that's kind of the gnarly side of the whole, streaming future. The devalue of your product, I guess. But that's not this episode. I think my game that I have on deck that I'm going to play, that I reloaded after Baldur's Gate 3, after the whole turn-based thing. A turn-based game that I really enjoyed. I put 10 hours in and then just like I got busy and played other things. I'm going to go back to Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan. I was never really a big fan of the original Yakuza games.
That's like a year ago or more, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you played that game?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But I had so much I'm not really a big fan of the original Yakuza games, just kind of the base ones. But this one was like a totally different fighting, it's like turn-based RPG. And it's fucking hilarious. 10 hours, I had a lot of fun with it. And then I just got busy with, I don't know, that was probably like Elden Ring time. Who knows? That's like, there's a lot of other shit going on. And but I was like, man, I'm kind of into this turn-based stuff, even though I'm not usually a turn-based guy. But I think Yakuza did it really well. They have a new Yakuza, Infinite Wealth game that's got a lot really high reviews, and it's the same style of turn-based game. So I think I really want to kind of go back to Yakuza Like a Dragon, beat that, and then perhaps by then, not get into that other one until it's cheap or something, because I'm not a huge Yakuza fan, but. I do really. It's a funny game because it's like these 40-year-old Japanese old guys trying to like win back some kind of pride, and it's just such a funny game, dude. Just like,
I've enjoyed those
it's
games when I've played them. They're stupid, but they're fun.
It's just, and then I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, a lot of fun. Cool. Hey, Aaron.
Howdy.
You look exhausted.
I am. I have had a very long day, but it's okay. I'm good.
Kids will do that to you.
Kids.
I'm surprised you even decided to cut after it. I mean, that's like I'm surprised you decided to show up. Yeah.
So what you been playing? Other than
Aaron, have you been playing anything?
Spider-Man 2, like usual. That game's just been sucking up so much time lately. I mean, whenever I get a free time to do so, in fact, it's caused my sleep to be shitty. No, seriously, I never had a game. I haven't had a game like this since, well, actually, Mass Effect, ironically.
Yeah, we were just talking about John and Mass Effect 1, so yeah.
That's a good game. That's definitely a time blink, as in blink, 2 hours gone. What happened? I don't know.
So how much time have you sunk into the old Spider-Mans?
I think it says in the story I'm about 75% done.
Oh, so you're getting close.
I'm
Yeah.
getting there. Yeah, I just ran into Venom finally, so
And surprisingly, you'll be
that's
the only guy on the couch who's played this goddamn game.
Yeah.
I know.
Which is funny because I've played the other two and I've really enjoyed both of them. I just, for some reason, just have no inclination to pick this one up. And
It's
I'm sure
a
it's a great game. That's the funny thing.
well, I mean, I don't know about Miles Morales, but Spider-Man on its own is probably the fastest I've ever beat a game. I mean, well, for obvious reasons, but it took me a whole week. It took me a week straight to beat that game. But this one's like it feels longer than. I mean, it's not much longer than Spider-Man One. It's still you feel like it's done, but it's not, and then it feels like it's done, and it's not, and then you know it's done, and it's almost done. It's, I mean, it's just one of those games I've really enjoyed a lot of, and I can't stop. I can't stop myself. I've been trying. I can't. That's okay because good games you don't want to stop playing. And
Who do you like playing more, Miles or regular Spider-Man? OG Spider-Man.
uh, I gotta say Miles Morales. I mean, sure he's not as like strong as Spider-Man is, but he just has the. He's more. He's just more fun. I mean, like his web swinging is like just
Did you not play the
more.
Miles Morales Spider-Man game?
No,
Oh man,
I
you
did
need to get
not.
that, dude.
Yeah, that one's good.
That was a good game, dude.
They have it on PlayStation Plus.
It's a nice. It's if you need a game that's going to take you like 6 to 8 hours to beat the story,
Yeah,
especially it's a good game for that. You can play it for longer. There's a lot more to do than that, but it
right.
it's a very nice game. It's
Yeah, but
fun.
yeah, no, I honestly like playing as Miles a little bit better than OG Spider-Man. Although for the minute that you have the black suit Spider-Man, black suit Spider-Man is kind of badass until you're like, yeah, until things start going dicey. So it's just like, okay, I can't stand this suit anymore. It's more powerful, it's more fun, but it's like you kind of start seeing Peter become more of a dick. So it's like, okay, it's enough of that. I don't
Well,
like when he becomes a dick. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of that suit.
yeah, but still. But Miles, on the other hand, he's more fun to play as overall. I mean, he's just more fluid, more acrobatic, and it's just a nice change of pace than playing as Spider-Man the whole time. And you can change on whim. Like for certain missions, you need Miles, and others you can do this. Or if you just want to screw around as Miles, where you can switch over the character select screen and go to Miles. It's
The
pretty fun.
old Grand Theft Auto 5 thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. With spider webs.
Oh, I'm tired of just killing people. I want to head back to Grove Street. Oh, I feel like
Exactly.
it's time for some psychiatric. Anyway,
Exactly. Exactly. That's a fun game. I mean, I'm enjoying it. And I think when I'm done with that game, I'm gonna get back on deck with the Mass Effect trilogy.
cool.
I I want to beat one. I feel like I did all the way. I don't feel like I did everything in order like it's supposed to, but I feel like it doesn't matter in a sense, but it kind of does. It just makes things a little easier if you do the last thing first and the first thing last. Or it feels like Novaria, blah blah blah, that whole thing. You just have to play it and do that. But I definitely want to get back into that game. I'm kind of missing it right now. Now I think about it.
We definitely have been talking a lot about Mass Effect.
Yep.
And
There's a reason.
there's a run up. There's a new game on the horizon. It'll be interesting.
Well,
Oh, really? They've announced an Andromeda sequel?
No, it's not an Andromeda sequel. It's a proper Mass Effect sequel.
oh, that's gonna be
Mass Effect
interesting.
mainline. So we don't know any details.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah, we won't know
So
Yeah.
Mass
anything. We
Effect
won't.
4?
Well, we don't know. We won't know anything until after the next Dragon Age drops, and then they full.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's
Okay.
supposed to be.
So it's going to be a while.
Well, no, the Dragon Age game is supposedly close. It's complicated. I mean, BioWare is a mess of a company right now, so I don't even. I these games are coming, but yeah, they've teased quite a bit of Mass Effect stuff.
I just
But Dragon
I
Age
don't.
is the next game that should be out this year or next.
Yeah, I've seen rumors that Starfield's coming to PlayStation 5.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about the whole Bethesda thing that
Yeah.
Microsoft is going to open it up. We'll see we'll see.
That's
I think
yeah.
Bethesda's upset that their game didn't sell
Yeah.
or anything. You know, I think Game Pass is for big companies. I think Game Pass is not a good thing. I think it's great anyway.
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
Topic for another time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole episode of content right there. But yeah, so that's what we've been playing. Let's get to some couch co-optionals. Who wants to kick us off with something optional for the good of the order that's not a video game?
It may as well be a video game, but I've just finished watching both series of Reacher on Amazon Prime.
Oh my god, so good.
It's
so
so good.
fun. So fun.
Although I have to say, I really don't like the adverts on Amazon Prime. That pissed me off. I was like,
Oh
they
yeah,
just-
it's
they
it's
just
about
started.
halfway through.
Just
Started
started.
with the adverts, and it's real. It suffers from the same crap that TV suffered from, where it's like the volume on the adverts is too loud compared to what you're watching, and it's just. And there's no
The-
like splash screen between the advert starting and the advert finishing, and
I find it funny too on like Paramount Plus. It's a little different, or maybe it's no, yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But like the advert, well, they don't. Because I watched Dead Reckoning last night. There's no adverts in the middle of that, but like, I feel like the ads that before of it are so low res. It's like, what are these ads that I
Yeah.
can't even see? Like, I need to play them on a fucking CRT television. Like, what the fuck? Like, they're just so low res.
yeah,
Anyway.
I because I watched the first few episodes of the first season without ads because it was over that when they added them, and afterwards I'm just like, dude, this is bullshit. These ads are bullshit. I'm paying for your service. Don't give me ads.
the fucked up
Exactly.
thing about the Amazon ads thing is they own Freevee, which is a streaming service that is a
It's
free streaming
free.
service
Yeah.
with ads. But then Amazon double dipped, and they're including ads in Prime Video. So it's just
Mhm.
Well, they all do it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
the
not
thing
looking
is-
forward to it. I pay extra for Hulu without the ads. And
it's just weird to me. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. Why would you buy a streaming Why would Amazon buy a streaming
Yep.
service that is free with ads, and then you have Prime Video and you decide to put in ads? I understand they want to make more money. I understand that. But in terms of the structure, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you already have
yeah.
a service, another streaming service with ads. Why do you need to put ads in this streaming service other than you just want to make more money? But then why even have Freevee? That's what defeats to me. It's
I
like it
would-
defeats the purpose.
I would
Money,
recommend-
John. I believe it's.
I would
called Money.
recommend-
Green, baby. Cash rules
Tubi if
everything
you're not-
around me.
I mean, if you want to watch something free with ads, Tubi has some really interesting programs on it that I don't
I think
see on any.
Tubi's is Sony's, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have some stuff on there that I haven't found on other streaming services, whether you pay for it or not. If you know what I
Mhm.
mean, they have quite a few movies that aren't on anywhere else.
So here's
really.
another thing I can recommend. Like, even if you don't have anyone's server, Plex still has a bunch of free content, and they have a bunch of
Yes.
free streaming services through them. So even if you don't have, like, I have Justin Daniels' server on my cousin's server where I get a lot of content for free, where I don't have to, but they still have a bunch of free content, so like old Top Gear stuff, all kinds of shit. So like,
Yep.
just download Plex, and then maybe you'll meet someone who has a Plex server, and they'll let you watch their free movies. But it's a good way because it aggregates a lot of the free stuff into one place. Anyway. All right, so that was Jack Reacher before we went on this tangent about how
Yep.
awful adverts were.
They are bad.
Yeah, Dad TV is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's like locked in for like another third season and fourth season, I think. I mean, that thing's
yeah.
like fucking popular as fuck. Aaron, what do you got?
Well, let's see. I've been watching this documentary called "The Ends of the Earth." I think is what it is. It's like a documentary about
Flat
extreme.
Earthers?
No, no, no. It's about these people that do. Well, that'd be a fun series to watch. But watch them walk off the end of the earth. But anyway, no. No. It's this documentary about these extreme sports people. Like I watched one where oh God, they go down this uncharted river. It's like class six, pretty much the entire five whitewater rapid the entire way down, kayak and stuff like that. And then another one where they oh God, they like snowboard off of like complete flat like mountains or like this pretty much a near 30,
Straight
45
vertical.
degree. Yes. It's insane. I'm like my wife made a good point that these people see it as hell because they're doing it. I see it as beautiful because I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, yep, my thoughts exactly. Because the places they go are fantastic. Like they're in Ecuador and the water rafting one. They're up in like Antarctic area, or Mount Etna in Alaska, and the other one. I'm like, those are really pretty. I am never going to do that, but that's really pretty.
What service is this one on?
Max.
Oh, Max. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I like the fact that, not to get back on that tangent of that, they actually are so far ad free. I'm okay with that. Ad free, but you're paying $15 a month, so
It's less than Hulu.
touche. But anyway, I'm not going to go into the ad versus non-ad thing. We've done enough of that. We've done enough.
All right. John, what about you? What are you sharing?
I'm gonna share this
Giant
beer
cock.
I finished.
Oh.
Uh,
Lagunitas.
my Maximus. My mom gave it to me because she's not really into the high alcohol beers. But then she just asked me she just asked me what like the tasting notes of it were. And honestly, it's just a regular it's a regular to me it tastes like a regular Lagunitas beer. Um
a little more
and
malty, probably.
Yeah, it's a little boozy, but not like terrible.
but I'm trying to bring up the tasting notes because she wants. The funny thing is, she asked like, I just want to know what the tasting notes so I
I
can.
mean,
tell
those
my friend what
Heineken people know how to make beer, right?
Oh, is Lagunitas
Yep.
owned by Heineken?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow, okay.
It's a subsidiary, I think.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, for my mom, it
Heineken
has
doesn't brew this beer, everybody.
full hops and tons of rich malted barley, smooth malted wheat, biscuity Munich malt, and English crystal. Maximus's massive dry hop bill entertains with spice, floral, and berry notes for the hop heads. So there's your taste notes, Mom. Spice, floral, and berry notes. And it's good. I liked it.
It's
Yeah,
just
I've
a
had
double,
Maximus.
right? It's just a double, or is it a?
It's just a double IPA, yes.
But
I've had
Mom,
Maximus
go with
for a while. Pretty
go
good.
with the hot venom from Boneyard. Still independent, still better.
Yep. 9%.
9%.
You won't
Doesn't
even
taste
notice
like
it
it.
going down.
It'll blow your asshole out.
Tastes like a 5%er. Oh God.
Wow.
You guys
Is
shouldn't
that
be
what you're
laughing
looking
at
awesome.
that.
for in the
You
beer?
guys
That's
should
awesome.
not be
We
laughing at
laugh because
that.
it's true.
I apologize.
It's funny because it's true.
Anyway.
What about you, Ian?
Oh, what about me? I'm gonna crack open a Bud
What's
Light.
been
Put on
blowing
my,
your asshole out?
I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna crack open this Bud Light. I'm gonna pull on, take off my T-shirt and show my wife beater. Put on my cut off shorts. I'm gonna drive my fucking ATV over to my RV and climb up on the roof and watch me some NASCAR. Because Netflix, NASCAR Full Speed, 5 episodes are out right now, and I think it's fucking awesome. I love car shit, dude. And Netflix's car sports series shit I find incredibly entertaining. And I never disliked NASCAR, but there's some cool race car drivers in NASCAR. I think NASCAR is like fucking the fucking boxing of racing. I mean, those guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, they are. I'll say that much.
Michael
Like a
Jordan,
different kind of-
dude. Michael
a
Jordan
different kind of crazy?
Michael Jordan is in this show more than anyone else. I mean, I would say this: Michael Jordan is in this show more than he wants to be in any other show he's in, because he's an owner, he's a sponsor and an owner, and I find it all fascinating. And those guys make so much money, and racing is racing. And you know what? People make those jokes about left turns. You know what? No one makes those jokes to a guy running in the Olympics around a track. It's like,
true.
oh, you just race? You run? You just make left turns the entire time? Like, fuck. Now, that shit needs to, like, come on. Racing is racing. Are you putting your life on the line at 200 miles an hour? You know what? You people that are going to talk shit about that, get fucked. Anyway, really enjoy it. It's really well made. It does obviously, it feels a little bit like Drive to Survive. But, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Like, though, I will say this. I feel like the NASCAR drivers, none of them get along. Whereas the F1 drivers, they get along. They're like a family. The NASCAR drivers are very territorial. Like, very kind of... it's like a different thing. They do... I mean, it is the very Americanized racing versus the kind of global unit that is F1 versus just... Anyway. But I find it very fascinating, very interesting. I recommend if you're into cars at all. And it's only 5 episodes. Cool. All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
what
I
about
know
trivia?
trivia. We didn't. Dave, did you look up trivia?
No, I don't have.
Oh, wait, let's see if Jared gave me some trivia. Depends. I'll jump.
Can you name the Sega console that was designed for children? I believe it came out around the same time as the Master System Genesis.
Wait, is Jared watching on Twitch right now?
He might be.
Jared, you should just jump on right now with some trivia.
How about this? For this day in gaming, Jared did not provide trivia.
I lost my bet. Congratulations, Aaron. You won. I thought Jared would put his kid to bed first and be on the show, but you
Yeah, it
beat
was
him.
whose kid's gonna go to sleep first.
Whose kid was going to get to bed first? But you won, Aaron.
We kind of had to cheat. We had to use melatonin.
Hey, at least it wasn't something stronger.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get out of here then. That's the trivia. I want to thank you all for listening. I remind you all to leave feedback at thecouchcoopshow@gmail.com or find us on our socials. If anyone out there even does that, you can find us at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen, on all the things. But we might not reply to you because I barely engage with that shit. So email is really the best. Or Sunday nights on twitch.tv/thecouchcoopshow, where you can come watch our show be recorded live every Sunday night at 9 o'clock, like we are right now. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian. for Couch Co-op. And fuck my friends on the couch. You know, I was gonna make it. You know what? I was gonna make a joke tonight too that I fucking totally forgot to. I was gonna do. Hello. What was I gonna do? Hello, couch cougars, deep throaters, and gangbangers. This is the couch auditions. Something. I was gonna just a straight up porno intro, and I just totally fucking spaced it because we did.
I thought JPK was gonna say something like that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Something involving sexual torture a little bit.
Always.
Yep.
Anyway. I want to thank.
Co-op is full of douchebags.
Oh my God.
It's the
Can I
saddest
tell you
hour
that
here.
the douchebag posted a photo of himself and I guess maybe his new girlfriend on Instagram?
I saw that.
Ah.
Did you see it, Aaron?
I was wondering who that was. I'm like, who's that? I knew Bill, but the other one had
Dude, Bill looks so pudgy and old. It's funny.
It's
Anyway,
hard to tell.
I love you, Bill. I hope you come back to me someday. I don't know why you hate me so much. Anyway, Scorn Lover. Lovers. I want to thank Dave, Aaron, and John for joining me here on the couch. For Couch Co-op, I mean, remind you to please be excellent to each other.
Couch Co-op.
Stallions.